everyone, welcome to ACE Online, and I'm back with a series of 1000+ questions based on quant and reasoning. So if you're preparing for any competitive exams, it may be railway, it may be SSC, it may be banking, it may be some technical based examination, or it may be some state or central level examination, or it may be some competitive exam, or maybe you are preparing for your placements. So these sessions are very beneficial for you, so don't forget to watch these particular series, and don't forget to share the link of this particular series with the people who are preparing for all these competitive exams. So without wasting much more time, let's start our today's session and let's see what kind of questions we are having and how we are going to deal with them. So the questions that we are having in today's sessions are quite easy. We can easily able to attempt them. So this is the very first question, and this question is from the concept of, we can say, the ratio and proportion. So the question is saying that Vikram invests some money in 3 different schemes for 4 years, 8 years and 12 years at 10%, 15% and 20% simple interest respectively. At the completion of each scheme, he gets the same interest. The ratio of his investment is, this is a very simple question. All we need to do is, with the help of simple interest, we basically need to find out the ratio in between the investment. So what answer we people are getting in this one? It's a very simple one, as it is clearly mentioned that he is getting the same interest for all the 3 schemes that he is invested in. So let's start discussing it. So let's suppose this is my first part of the amount, or we can say the first investment. This is the second investment, and this is the third investment, right? I know that whenever we do talk about the simple interest, interest is, or the amount which is changing in it, is completely dependent on the rate and the time period, because in the simple interest the principal amount will remain same. The principal will remain constant. So the changes that we are getting in between them is only because of the rate and time, right? So basically we need to find out the ratio, but in the question it is given that the interest that we are getting is equal. So we can say that in the first scheme, the interest that I am getting is for, because of the 4 years, at the 10%, right? Whatever interest that I am getting over here is equals to 8 into 15% of second. So I'll just write down second also over here, which is nothing but equal to the amount that we invested in third scheme with 20% rate of interest for 12 years. This is what I need to find out. First, I need to find out the relation in between these 3 terms. So I can say that here 4, I am getting 2 and I am getting 3 over here, right? Now with the help of 5, if we start eliminating, I will get 2, 3 and 4. Again I can eliminate it with the help of 2. So here I am getting 1, 1 and 2. So the ultimate values that we are getting over here is, first part is equals to the thrice of second, which is nothing but equals to the 6 times of the third one. Now with the help of this, what I have to do? I have to write down the investment ratio. Now we know that whenever we do have such kind of things, I just simply multiply the coefficient of the other one. So what value we are getting over here? So here we are getting 6:2:1. Here the ratio of investment that I got over here is 6:2:1. That means the correct option is option number A. The correct answer over here is your option number A. A very good evening, Ranchit. It's clear, right? Next. The next one is also a very simple question. The question is saying that a sum of rupees 3,903 is divided between P and Q such that share of P at the end of 8 years is equal to the share of Q after 10 years. Find the share of P if rate of interest is 4% compounded annually. So here what we need to do, we just simply need to use the concept of compound interest just to get the answer. So what answer you people are getting over here? A very good evening, Nisha. So here the main amount that you are having is this one. This is a sum that you need to divide. So what we can do, we can just assume that here I am having this amount and I divide it into two parts. The first part is x. So the remaining part is nothing but 3903 minus x. Now accordingly you can write the equation and you will get the answer. So what value we people are getting? Any one of you in the comment section? So here the question is saying that P and Q such that the share of P at the end of the 8 years. So here we need to talk about the share. So we can just say that in the P we just invested X rupees, right, out of 3903, and we invested it for 8 years. That means the interest that we are getting over here is 1 plus 4 divided by 100, and this is for 8 years, right. The value that we are getting over here is exactly equal to the value that we are getting with this one when we are investing the rest amount for 10 years. For 10 years. So can we eliminate anything over here? Yes, we can eliminate. If you will see, you can eliminate this whole term with this one, and here we are only left with 2, right. So what we can write now? We can write it like x is nothing but 3903 minus x, and here what we are having? We are having 104 divided by 100 and the whole square of this value, right. Now as we are having x over here and over here as well, so we just transfer this x to this side so that we can get variable in a one side, right. So x plus x into 104 divided by 100 to the power square is nothing but equals to 3903 multiplied by 104 divided by 100 to the square, right. Now as we are going to write down the values for this one, so first we need to find out the square of 104. So the square of 104 that we are getting over here is, here what we are getting 16, and because of that we are getting 100, and here we are getting 80. So we are just going to add the values over here. So what we are getting? We are getting 10816. This is the square that we are getting of this one, right, 104. So we can say that here 10,000 plus 10816 multiplied by x divided by 100 square, right. Here also we are having 100 square, so 100 square and 100 square are eliminated. And now we can easily able to calculate the value of x. So the value of x that we are getting over here is nothing but 3903 multiplied by 104 square divided by 20816. And when you will solve this particular thing, I guess you will get answer option number C as your correct one. You will get your value of x is nothing but equals to 2028. The answer that you people are getting over here is 2028. Is it clear? Right? The next one. The next question says that shopkeeper purchased some goods for rupees 900 and sold 1/3 of the goods at a loss of 12%. at a loss of 12%. Then at gain percent, should the remain the okay at 12%, then at what gain percentage should the remainder goods he should to gain a total of 18% profit on the whole transaction. So the question is very easy. So the question is saying that here shopkeeper purchased some goods worth rupees 900. Now 1/3 of the amount of particular this one is sold on 12% profit, 12% loss, but he sold the rest, that means 2/3 of some profit, but the overall profit that he is getting over here is of 18%. So you need to find out on which percent he sold the 2/3 part of this particular goods. So what answer you people are getting? It's a very simple one. Okay, let's start discussing it. So the question is saying that the total goods is of rupees 900, right? On 1/3 of it, right, he is getting a loss of 12%. That means the 1/3 value of this one is of 300 rupees. That means how much loss he is getting? He is actually getting a loss of 36 rupees. He is getting a loss of 36 rupees. Now he wants to sell the 2/3 part, that means 600 rupees. The rest, on 600 rupees, he wants to earn, like he wants to sell this on some percentage, so that the overall gain that he is getting is of 18%. He is getting a gain of 18% in total. Now, if I have to find out the exact value, how much amount he is getting after selling a goods on 18% profit overall. So we can say that here, what value we are getting? So we can say that here 900 and 18% of 900, that is nothing but here we are getting 162 rupees. So he is earning 160 rupees on 900, and with this condition we need to find out the percentage gain of this one. But here we also need to take care that he is also compensating this amount, because this is in the negative, this is in the loss. So that overall profit that he wants to earn on this particular amount is 162 plus 36. That means he has to earn 198 rupees on this one. So if we want to find out the percentage gain, so he wants to earn 198 rupees over 600, and we need to multiply it by 100 because we need to find out the percentage, right? So these two zeros and these two zeros are eliminated, and here if we were going to write down, we are getting our answer as 33%. So he needs to sold the other 2/3 partition on 33%, so that overall he will get 18% profit on the transaction, right? It's a very easy one. Clear? Next. The next question says that a truck covers a distance of 376 km at a certain speed in 8 hours. How much time would a car take at an average speed which is 18 km per hour more than that of the speed of the truck to cover a distance which is 14 km more than that of travelled by the truck? So it's just simple. What we have to do, we have to find out the time period taken by the car to cover the 14 km more distance with 18 km per hour more speed. So it's a very simple. Again, what we have to do, we just simply need to find out the first we need to find out the speed of the truck, and with the help of that, what we need to do, we need to calculate the speed of the car. Now as we are already having the distance, just simply add this particular value, so you will get the new distance and divide it by the speed and you will get your time period. So what answer you people are getting? So the question is very simple. So the question is saying that first we need to calculate the speed of the car. So speed of trucks, not cars, speed of truck. First we need to calculate the speed of the truck. So this can be calculated by with the help of distance upon time, right? So the distance which is mentioned over here is 376 kilometers, and this distance is covered in the time period of 8 hours. Now with the help of this one, we will get our speed, that is nothing but 4, and here we are having 6, 5 and 7. 47 kilometers per hour is the speed of the truck. Now with the help of this one, we need to calculate the speed of car. We need to calculate the speed of the car. So speed of car is nothing but 47 and 18 kilometers per hour more. So this is nothing but here what we are having 7 and 8, 5, and the 1 is carry forward, 65 kilometers per hour. 65 kilometers per hour is the new speed. Now we need to find out the new distance. New distance is nothing but 376 and 14 kilometers more. That means here what we are getting 390 kilometers. The new distance that we got over here is 390 kilometers. Now what you have to do, you have to find out the time. So the time is nothing but 390 divided by 65, and here I guess it is present on the multiple of 5. 30 and here 33, no, 6, 30, here 36, 39, yes. Here the answer that we are getting is of 6 hours. Option number A is the correct one. Option number A is the correct one. Again, it's a very easy one. All you need to do is you just simply need to use the formula of distance is equals to speed in time with the modified version, and you can easily able to get the answer. Next. The next question is saying that two trains are moving in opposite directions at 60 kilometers per hour and 90 kilometers per hour. Their length are 1.10 kilometer and 0.9 kilometers respectively. The time taken by the slower train to cross the faster train in seconds is, we know that what we have to do, we just simply need to use the concept of relative speed. Here what we need to do, we just simply need to use the concept of relative speed just to get the answer. So what answer we people are getting? Very good Sundaram, very good Pranjal. Just try to solve this particular question. As we know that both the trains are coming from the opposite direction, so we can just assume that this is my train number 1, right? This is my train 1 and this is my train 2. The things that we are having for the train 1 is the speed is 60 kilometers per hour and the length is 1.10 kilometers, right? Here the speed of the train 2 is 90 kilometers per hour and the distance or we can say the length is 0.9 kilometers. Now if you will see here the terms that we are having in the kilometers per hour, but the options are in seconds. That means after some time what we need to do, we need to convert these things into meter per second so that we will get a correct answer. So first what we will do, we will just simply calculate the relative speed, and we know that opposite attracts each other. So 60 plus 90, that is nothing but 150. 150 kilometer per hour is my relative speed now. So what I'll do, I'll just simply convert it into the meter per second so that I can easily able to get my answer. So here 150 into 5 by 18, and this is my speed in meter per second. Now I know that in 1 kilometer I am having 1000 meters. So the length of this particular train is 1100 meters and the length of this particular train is 900 meters. So what we have to do, we have to calculate the time. So the time is nothing but the total distance, that means 1100 plus 900. This is the total distance that they need to cover, and the speed is 150 into 5 by 18. This is what we need to solve just to get the answer, right? So here what we are getting 2000 divided by 150 into 5 by 18, right? So this 10 and 10 is eliminated. Here we are getting 3 and here we are getting 40, right? Now what we can do, we can write it as 40 into 18 divided by 3 into 5. So here we are getting 8 and here we are getting 6. That means here the train is taking 48 seconds. Option number C is the correct one. Option number C is the correct one. Very good, Sundaram. It's a very easy question. All we need to do is we just simply need to use the concept of relative speed just to get the answer. Next. The next question is very simple. The question is saying that James' father was 30 years old when he was born. His mother's age was 24 years when his sister, who is 5 years younger to him, was born. What is the difference between the age of James' father and mother? It's a very simple one, I guess. All you need to do is a little subtraction and addition just to get the difference in between the ages of James' father and mother. So what answer we people are getting? Look, it is clearly given that when the age of James is given as 0, the age of the father is nothing but 30 years old, right? And the difference in between James and his sister, that means James is nothing but sister plus 5, right? Now, with the help of this one, we can say that when the sister is of 0 years old or when just born, at that time, the age of James is nothing but 5 years old. If the age of James is 5 years old, that means we are getting a gap of 5. That means we are talking about the situation 5 years after. So, the age of father will become 35. The age of father will become 35. But at this moment, the age of the mother is given as 24. The age of the mother is given as 24. And what we have to do, we just simply have to find out the difference in between these two people, which is nothing but equals to 11 years old. Option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one, right? Hello Ramdas, the very good Ramdas, very good Sundaram. The correct answer over here is your 11 years old. This is a very simple one. Next. The next question is from the concept of pipes and cisterns, and the question is saying that 3 pipes A, B and C can fill the tank in 10 hours, 20 hours and 40 hours respectively. In the beginning, all of them are opened simultaneously. After 2 hours, tap C is closed and A and B are kept running. After the 4th hour, tap B is also closed. The remaining work is done by tap A alone. What is the percentage of the work done by tap A alone? It's a very simple one. First, you need to find out how much quantity is filled by the rest pipes, and after that you will get the remaining work which is done by A, and you need to divide it by the total quantity or the total capacity of the tank, and you will get your answer. Ramdas, if you are facing any issue, you can just ask me. I will explain the same thing in the Hindi. So, how we are going to approach this? The question is very simple. How many pipes we are having? We are having 3 pipes, right? A, B and C. A can fill the tank in 10 hours, B can fill the same tank in 20 hours and C can fill the same tank in 40 hours. Now what we will do, we just simply take the LCM, and the LCM is nothing but the assumed capacity of the tank, or we can say the cistern, right? And the LCM that we are getting over here is 40. This is the assumed capacity of my cistern, or we can say the tank, right? Now afterwards what I will do, I will just simply find out on which multiple this value is present, 4, 2 and 1. I am writing plus, plus and plus. Why plus? Because all these are the filling pipes, and this is what? This is the capacity of each pipe. Now the question is saying that for the first 2 hours all the 3 pipes are working simultaneously. So the capacity filled in first 2 hours, this is nothing but the total capacity. 4 plus 2, that is nothing but 6, 6 plus 1, that is 7. 7 into 2, that means they filled 14 liters or the 14 units of maybe the liquid and the water in the tank, right? Now the question is saying that after second year the pipe C is closed. Now only 2 pipes are working. Which one? A and B now. Now after the 4th hour, that means till 4th hour both are working. So at the end of 4th hour, that means we are talking about 2 more hours. In this 2 hours, only A and B are working together. So how much quantity they filled? So this is nothing but 4 plus 2, that is 6, 6 into 2, that means they also filled 12 units of water or maybe whatever liquid in the cistern. So the total capacity filled at the end of the 4th hour, total filled capacity at the end of 4th hour, this is nothing but 14 plus 12, which is nothing but equals to 26. That means the 26th part of the tank is already filled out of 40, and the remaining one is filled by A alone. So the capacity filled by A alone, is nothing but 40 minus 26, which is nothing but equals to 14 liters or the 14 units of that particular tank. But what we have to do, we have to find out what is the percentage. We need to find out the percentage. So percentage is nothing but 14 divided by 40 into 100. This is my answer. So we know that this 0 and this 0 is eliminated. Here we are getting 2, here we are getting 7, here we are getting 10. So ultimately we are getting 7 into 5, which is nothing but 35%. So the 35% of tank is filled by A alone, or we can say that 35% of the work is done by A alone. Very good, Ramdas. Clear? It's a very simple one. Next, the next question says that in a school the number of boys and girls are in the ratio of 4:7. If the number of boys are increased by 25% and the number of girls are increased by 15%, what will be the new ratio of number of boys to that of girls? Again, it's a very simple one. This one is a very simple one. Here you are already having a ratio in between boy to girl, which is nothing but 4:7. You can also write it as 40 and 70, or you can also write it as 400 and 700. So what answer you people are getting? So the question is saying that in such situation, the number of boys are increased by 25%. So 25% can be written as 1/4. If I am having 4 boys, then number of boys is increased by 1. That means the new number will become 5. So here we are having 40. That means the number of boys are increased by 10. And the new number of boys that we got over here is 50. Right now, the number of girls are increased by 15%, which is nothing but written as 15/100, and we can write it as 3/20, right? If I am having 20, then they are increased by 3, so the new number will become 23, right? So here it will become 80.5. It will become 80.5. Now we need to write down the new ratio. So just to eliminate this, what you can do, you can just multiply this by 2, or you can just eliminate it by putting 0 over here, right? These are the two options. So when you will write it, you will get 100 to the ratio 161, which is mentioned in our option number C. That means your option number C is the correct one. Option number C is the correct one, right? It's a very simple one. All we need to do is we just simply need to write down the ratio in between the terms. Why we are getting none of these over here? Ramdas, we are not getting none of these over here. The answer is given in the options. Or you can do that. The number of girls are increased by 15%. So 70 into 115/100. You can also find out this one just to get the answer. So this 0 and this 0 is eliminated, right? So here what we can do, we can eliminate it with the help of 5. So here we are getting 2 and here we are getting 23, right? When we solve this, here we are getting 21 and the 2, 61, and divided by 2, and this is nothing but 80.5. This is nothing but 80.5, or you can also write it as 50 to the ratio 161/2, and when you will transfer this 2 over here, you will get 100 to the ratio 161. You will get 100 to the ratio 161. Option number C is the correct one. Very good, Shrikant. Next. The next question is very easy. This question is from the concept of syllogisms, and we already solved so many problems based on this particular topic. So here we are having 4 statements, and on the basis of that, what we have to do, we just simply need to check these 2 conclusions whether they are true or not. So the statements are: some pens are pencil, some pencils are erasers, some erasers are sharpeners, and some sharpeners are duster. So what we have to do, first we have to draw the diagram, and accordingly we have to check the conclusions whether they are true or not. So what answer you people are getting? It's a very easy one. So let's start with the diagram. So some pens are pencils, some pencils are erasers, some erasers are sharpeners, and some sharpeners are dusters. This is my basic diagram. This is my basic diagram. Ramdas, only one. Okay, let's see. The first conclusion says that some sharpeners are not pencil. Can we say that? No. Why? Because we are not having any direct or indirect relations in between the entities which is given over here. So, we are not able to say anything regarding this one, right? We can't say whether they are connected or not. So, we just consider in the can't say. If this is considered in the can't say, option number A is eliminated, option number C is eliminated, and option number E is also eliminated. Second, all dusters are pens. Again, are we having any connection in between pens and dusters? No. Any indirect? No. So, again we can't say anything regarding this one, and whenever we do have so, we are not going to consider it. That means this option is also eliminated. If out of 5, 4 options are eliminated, so we will go with our option number D, neither 1 nor 2. Both are not following these particular statements. Both the conclusions which is mentioned over here are not following these particular statements, right? Next. The next statements are all squares are circles, no circle is cone, some cones are spheres, some rectangles are circle. So, these are what? These are my statements, and accordingly what I have to do, I just simply need to check the conclusions. Okay, let's start drawing the diagram. So, all squares are circles, right? No circle is a cone. No circle is a cone. There is no connection in between these two entities. Next, some cones are spheres. Some cones are spheres. Some rectangles are circle. Some rectangles are circle. So, this is my diagram, right? Okay, let's see Shrikant. Let's see Radhe. So, here the conclusions that we are having are of the possibility cases, right? Okay, first one. The first says that all rectangle being cones is a possibility. Okay. So, here all we know that this circle can never be a part of cone, and this part of rectangle which is common with circle can also never be a part of cone. So, we are not sure about the rest part of rectangle which is not connected with the circle, whether it is connected to this or not, but we are sure about this part, that this part is never be a part of cone. So, if I am going to check this segment, because of this all word, this segment will lie in the category of false, and whenever we are having false thing in a possibility, that possibility is eliminated or considered as false only. So, option number A, C and E are eliminated. But instead of this one, if I am having a word some, let's suppose some rectangles being cone is a possibility, in that case that possibility is true, right? Next, all rectangles being sphere is a possibility. Can we say that? Yes, because for the rectangle, even this part also, we are not having any negative relation in between this rectangle and the sphere. So, we can say that here right now we are not sure whether they are connected or not, and because of this they are lying in the category of can't say, and can't say thing with the possibility is considered as true always. So, option number B is the correct one. Option number B is the correct one, right? Next. In the next one, again we are having the same diagram, and on the basis of that what we have to do, we just simply have to check these two conclusions whether they are true or not. So, we just simply draw our diagram: square, circle, cone, fair and rectangle, right? This is my diagram, and on the basis of this, what I have to do, I just simply need to check these two conclusions whether they are true or not. So, what answer we are getting? A very good evening to everyone. Okay, let's see. The first one, some rectangles are not cones. Can we say that? Yes, we can say that. Why? Because this part of rectangle, which is circle, can never be a part of cone. So, this one is true. If this one is true, we can eliminate option number B, C and D, right? Next, no square is a cone. Why? Yes, because the square part, the whole square belongs to circle, and circle can never be a part of cone. So, we can say that square can also never be a part of cone. So, second conclusion is also true. So, we will go with our option number E. So, we will go with our option number E, right? Next, the next statements are, some reds are green, all green are blues, all blues are orange, no yellow is blue. This is what we are having. Now, what we have to do, we have to check these two conclusions whether they are true or not. So, what answer you people are getting? Very good, Sundaram. It's a very simple one. So, again what we will do, we just simply draw the diagram first. Some reds are green, some reds are green, all greens are blue, all green are blues, all blues are orange, all blues are orange, no yellow is blue, no yellow is blue. This is what we are having as our diagram, right? Now, the conclusions. First, no red is yellow. Can we say that? No. Or we can say that this part of red, which is common with green, or we can say blue, can never be a part of yellow, but we are not sure about the rest part. And here we are saying about the whole part of red. So, again we can consider it in the can't say condition. If it is lying in the can't say condition, that means option number A, C and E are eliminated, right? Next, some oranges are green. Yes, here we do have a common part over here, which is nothing but a some part of orange. So, this one is true. If this one is true, that means your option number B is the correct one. Your option number B is the correct one. Ma'am, explain second statement. Shrikant, it's simply saying that the whole part of green are blues. The whole part of greens are lying in the part of blue. It's very simple. Right? Only 2 is the correct one. Very good, Ramdas. Very good, Sundaram. Clear? Next. Again we are having the same diagram, but here the conclusions are changed and both the conclusions are lying in the condition of the possibility. So, we know that whenever we do have a possibility case, first we need to check the segment in which condition it is lying. If it is lying in the can't say condition, that possibility is considered as true. But if it is lying in either of the case, it may be true or it may be false, that possibility is considered as false always, right? So, let us draw the diagram. So, some red are green, all green are blue and all blue are orange, but no yellow is blue, right? This is what we are having. Now, what we need to do, we need to check the conclusions. First, some yellow are green is a possibility. Is it true? No. Why? Because if I will check this segment, some yellows are green. Can we say that? No, it's completely false, because the whole part of green belongs to blue, and here we are not having any relation in between, or we can say we are having negative relation in between yellow and blue. So, because of this, this segment will lie in the condition of false, and the false with the possibility is always considered as false. So, option number A, C C and E are eliminated. Second, all yellow being orange is a possibility. If we do talk about yellow and orange, again we can say that here this part will lie in the condition of can't say. Why? Because we are not having any direct or indirect relation in between these two entities, and because of that this segment lying in the can't say condition, and can't say condition with the possibility is always considered as true. Option number B is the correct one. Option number B is the correct one, right? Very good Radhe, very good Sundaram, very good Sheena, very good Ramdas, right? It's very simple, it's very clear, right? Next. The next question is from the concept of direction sense, and here we only need to find out the face of the direction, right? So the question is saying that Anil starts walking in east direction, and after travelling some distance, he took a right turn and then a left turn, followed by another left turn. Now he again took a right turn and finally took a left turn. In which direction is Anil walking? It's a very simple, even there is no requirement to draw the diagram if you remember the trick that we discussed in few previous lectures. So what answer we people are getting? North. Okay, Radhe. Very good, Sundaram. Let's see. So we know that here we are having Anil, and Anil is walking in the east direction. After east, he took a right turn. After that, left turn. After that, right turn. No, after that there's one more left turn. There's one more left turn, and after that right turn, and in the ending again left turn. Now we know that whenever we do have these kind of question in which we only need to find out the direction of face in the ending, there is no requirement of to draw the diagram. And we know that whenever we do have this, we always need to eliminate the pair of left right. We always need to eliminate the pair of left right. Now the only thing that we are left with is the person is facing in east, and after that he took a left turn. And the left turn of east is nothing but anti-clockwise. That means we will come in the north direction. We will come in the north direction. That means your option number B is the correct one. Your option number B is the correct one, right? It's very clear, it's very simple, right? Very good Sheena, very good Ramdas. Clear? Next. The next question says that what should come in the place of question mark in the expression this one? Here we are having this expression and we need to find out what will come at the place of this question mark so as to make the expression this, that is P is greater than R and S is greater than Q, always true. It's very simple. Here we are having P and R, Q and S. So if you will see, here we are having this kind of symbols and here we are having this kind of symbols. So it's very simple. If we want to maintain both the relations, so we need someone which maintains the balance. That means option number A is the correct one, because if I'll put this over here, then P is greater than R is true, but here just to say this one, we are not able to define anything. We are not able to define anything as the signs in between the entities. As the sign in between the entities got changed, right? Signs in between the entities got changed. Similar, the same thing happened with this one. So this is the only option which we are having which maintains the balance, right? Option number A is the correct one. We can remove a pair of left, right and the middle one. Yes, Sheena, it's we all need to focus is like we can also eliminate this one. If you want, you can eliminate this one. Still, we are only left with one left. All you need to do is whenever you are having this, you only need to eliminate a pair. You only need to focus on a pair. If you are getting two right at the same time, in that case, opposite direction is your answer. In that case, opposite direction is your answer. if you are getting 4 right or 4 left, right, or instead of that 2 left or 2 right in that opposite, and if you are getting 4 right and 4 left, then same direction is your answer. Then same direction is your answer. It means 2 left, 2 right, that means let's suppose I am moving in the east direction and after that I took a left turn and again I took a left turn. In which direction I am facing now? So, my answer is west, right. Okay, the next one. What should come in the place of question mark in the expression this one till this point? Here we are also having f, so I will just write down f over here, right. We need to find out what will come at this place, so that as to make the expression this one is always true. So, what answer we people are getting over here? It's a very simple one. D, let's see. So, here we know that if we want to maintain this in which f is greater than, so we can put either this one or this one or this one, right. If we are having any one of these, we can give the answer. So, the option, this one is eliminated, this one is considered, this one is eliminated and this one is considered. So, both B and D is the correct answer. Option number E is the correct one. Option number E is the correct one. So, very simple, right. Option number E is the correct one. Both option B and D works over there. Next. The next question says that here what we are having 4 small statements, and with the help of that what we need to do, we just simply need to check these 2 conclusions whether they are true or not, right. So, here the first entity is Q and the second one is S. So, the common element over here is P. So, P is equals to S and P is less than Q. So, we can say that Q is greater than S. Are we having the same thing in the conclusions? Yes, that means option number B, option number C and option number E is eliminated, right. Second, Q and T. So, here we are having Q and here we are having T, and the common element that we are having over here is R. So, we can say that R is less than and equal to Q and R is again less than and equal to T. Here, if we will see, we are not able to define any relation in between these 2 because of these 2 opposite signs. So, we are not going to consider this one. So, option number A is the correct one. Only option number A is the correct one, right. Next. Again we are having 4 small statements, and on the basis of that what we need to do, we just simply need to check these 2 conclusions whether they are true or not. The first one, M N. Here we are having N and here we are having N. The common element is K. So, we can say that K is greater than and equals to N and K is greater than M. So, if you will see again, the opposite symbols are present. So, we are not able to define any relation over here, and because of that option A, D and E are eliminated. These 3 options are eliminated, right. Now, the second one, R is greater than and equal to A. So, here we are having R, here we are having A, but we need to go through this M and N. So, we can say that here we are having this one and this. If you will see, here we are having opposite symbols. So, again we are not able to define anything. That means option number C is the correct one. Option number C is the correct one. Very good, Sundaram, very good, Radhe, right. The next and the last. So, the question is very simple. The question is asking what should come in the place of question mark to make B is greater than D always. So, we need to find out what I should put over here so that I will always get B is greater than D. So, we know that if we want this, we always need to move in this direction. So, this option and this option is eliminated, right. Now if you will put this one, so B is greater than C is greater than D. This works? Yes. If you will put this one, B is greater than C is greater than or equal to D, this will also work. So here option number E is the correct one. Both A and C are the correct answer. Both A and C are the correct answer. Very good Sundaram, very good Shrikant, very good Radhe, right? So with this one, let's wind up the session over here only. But before ending this particular session, there's one important announcement that I need to make. So if you are preparing for RRB NTPC, and if you know someone who are preparing for RRB NTPC, so basically the ACE is offering a pre-recorded course on that too. And you can use the course NTPC 25 just to get the 25% discount whenever you are enrolling yourself. And if you are preparing for RRB JEE CBT 1, CBT 2, SSC CGL and SSC JEE paper 1 and paper 2, for that you can use the code ACE20 just to get 20% discount on that. So with this one, let's end the session over here only. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, keep smiling, stay safe, bye bye, and thank you so much for watching this video.